some stocks, they can't catch a break. This morning we got results from Allergan, the big drug company with a share price that's been drifting lower for years now. It's crazy. And I feel every tick lower because we own it for my charitable trust. They reported what I thought was an excellent quarter. I went through this thing, yet the stock got pounded down $8.39, more than 5%. It might have been because of a single line in the conference call. It's kind of stunning the way Wall Street turned on this thing. First of all, the numbers were great, okay? They were. Allergan posted a 38-cent earnings beat off a $3.36 basis, higher than expected revenue, major margin expansion. Management raised their full-year guidance. They had very good things to say about the pipeline, which is full of products with blockbuster potential. Initially, the stock opened up $4 on the news. I thought that was right, but here's the thing. Allergan's conducting a major strategic review to figure out the best way to unlock value. And on the call, investors heard something they didn't like. Brent Saunders, the CEO, told us running the company in large part as it exists today is not only an option, but also the baseline against which all options need to be considered. Hey, to me, that sounds reasonable enough. That's what you should do, right? But it made many investors feel like maybe this whole strategic review will come to nothing. Let's try to get some clarity here by checking in with Brent Saunders, the chairman and CEO of Allergan, find out more about the quarter and where his company's headed. Mr. Saunders, welcome back to Mad Money. Good to see you, Brent.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Okay, so Brent, there are no do-overs, but I felt that what you said, maybe you can correct me, was that, look, we're going to do what's best for the shareholders, and we're going to be sure that what we do is better than what we're doing right now, or else we won't do it. Well, I heard it that way. Did I hear it wrong?
You heard it exactly right. Look, this management team, this board, is focused on creating shareholder value over the long term. We always have been.
Right.
We're very open. We like to hear from our shareholders. We like to discuss ideas with our shareholders. And we've been very transparent about it. And the reality is, we have to say that the baseline is the current business.
Right.
And when it's performing well, that's a good time to do a strategic review because you can do it from a position of strength in your business.
Okay, but now let's say, you're paying down debt and you're also buying back stock, which is what everybody would want. No one questioned that, right?
Right, so we finished our stock buyback.
Right.
We have now bought back, since we sold our generics business, to have $17 billion of stock, and we paid down about $13 billion of debt. We paid down a big tranche this quarter, in the first quarter. We're at our target leverage ratio for the year of 3.2 times. We'd like to see it go lower. And we will continue to pay down debt as we generate a lot of cash from the business. In fact, cash flow this quarter was higher than expected at $1.5 billion as well.
Okay, so now we got to go over. Is there anyone thinking that perhaps your migraine drug doesn't have the hit ratio that it should, and that some of the current drugs are more effective, like an indomethacin?
No. I think when you look at the data we presented from now 2 phase 3 studies on our migraine drug, Abrojapant, we have a really good product. We have 2 more studies to come.
Right.
They're safety studies, long-term safety studies required by the FDA. We'll get them in the back half of this year. But right now, I look at this data set, I say it looks beautiful. It looks like a great drug.
How many people after 2 hours feel pain relief?
Pain relief at 2 hours or 3 hours, I think it was about 50, 60%.
That's a lot of people.
And I think by 5 or 6 hours, it was closer to 80.
Okay,
so
that's important for migraine sufferers because there's really not much out there, believe me. Okay, so how about treatment-resistant depression? Is there something I'm missing there?
No. Repastinel is a great drug that we have in phase 3. We'll get the data early part of next year. It could be an absolute game changer for
right. There's nothing out there like this, right?
Absolute game changer.
Approaches it like your migraine drug with a different pathway.
Look, I really am hopeful for this drug. Mental health is a huge unmet medical need. Depression, suicidality. We're doing a suicidality study as well with this drug. This could be a game changer. We're waiting for the data. I'm so excited for it.
People have to understand it's the largest cause of death for younger people. Okay.
Top 10 cause of death with no drugs.
Right. Anything that can be done. Yeah. Anything can be done, must be done. We had the CEO of Revance Therapeutics on. He's talking about how twice the bang for the buck here. You addressed about competitors. You feel the market's big enough. Is Revance a reason why the stock was down so much?
No, it really, if it is, that's a silly reason.
Okay.
I respect Revance. I wish them the best of luck.
As they did to you.
Right. We are the market leader. Botox is an iconic brand, 100% brand recognition everywhere in the world. It's an eponym, which means it's the name of the procedure itself. Right. We invest more in Botox. We invest more in medical aesthetics than any company, all the other companies combined times perhaps 5 or 6. We are committed to training, education, continue to expand the uses of Botox, and we're developing our own new novel toxins as well. So,
okay, now, My understanding is that people, millennials are starting to recognize that you want to stop wrinkles before you have them. Younger people, of course, the right age, but taking Botox, the selfie generation?
There's quite a big movement among millennials. It is an emerging class along with men. We just actually started our first TV ads directed towards men. And we're actually running the first ads for Botox nationwide in the United States.
I saw it direct to consumer.
In 5 years.
And you didn't need it, right? Not that you don't need it now, but it just seems
we don't need it now, but the market is at a tipping point, and we want to tip it the rest of the way.
Cool Sculpt. I see a huge number of adopters. Business strong?
Strong, up 30% on a pro forma basis year over year. We've owned it only for about 11 months, so I have to do a pro forma, but amazing growth. Doing great in our hands.
Juvederm fillers. Strong?
Very strong.
You know what I'm trying to get at here?
By the way,
I'm trying to get at. You know, I'm like bipolar. Good. I mean, significant number. But yes, you have one drug coming off patent. Okay.
We are losing a patent for Restasis.
By this point, it's not really a shocker, though.
We've been very transparent about the impact of that in our business. Our team was very hard-nosed. We took out the costs well in advance of the loss of the patent, so we're prepared for it. That's why our margins were so improved this quarter, up 260 basis points. And so we're ready for it. It's we're not the first drug company, nor will we be the last to lose a patent on a drug.
Okay.
That's part of life in the biopharma.
All right, let me give you kind of a nutty suggestion. Drug companies, even the ones with a quarter of your growth, if they yield 3 1/4, their stock stopped going down. Would that be the right thing to do? You bought back stock, you bought back debt. But you know, these companies, these second-rate companies that have such low growth rates, at 3 1/4, their stock stopped going down. I'm just searching here.
Yeah, so my opinion is what we need to do, we have a great strategy of leadership in our therapeutic areas. We need to get some more focus. We're looking at potential asset sales. We need to pay down some more debt.
Right.
And we need to just drive sales and drive innovation. I think that's where we need to go. Our board will continue to debate some of the other strategic options, like a split,
right,
and perhaps, you know, tuck-ins and things like that. But I think we know what we need to do. We've just got to execute, and I hope the market continues to work with us and give us the feedback. But we run a company, not a stock.
Fair enough. Well put. Okay, that's Brent Sorens, Chairman and CEO of Allergan. I just gave you all the big lines. Did you hear anything bad? I didn't. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.